Hello and welcome to Think, Explore, Learn. Today, we're diving into the world of willpower and exploring the key insights from the groundbreaking book Willpower, written by Baumeister and Tierney. In this book, the authors bring together decades of research and expertise to shed light on this enigmatic mental fortitude. From the science of self-control to the importance of goal setting, Willpower is a comprehensive guide to understanding and harnessing the power of your own willpower. So, whether you're looking to boost your self-discipline, achieve your goals, or simply live a more fulfilling life, this book has something for everyone. So let's get started and discover the secrets of willpower together. Today, we're discussing the concept of willpower and how modern science has transformed our understanding of this mental fortitude. From its origins as an austere personal commitment to a quasi-scientific, almost mystical force, willpower has undergone many fundamental transformations. But what is it really, and where does it come from? Modern scientific experiments have finally given us a more complete understanding of willpower. It's not just the ability to control our actions, but it's crucial to our mind's functionality and tied to our brain chemistry. With our growing knowledge of willpower, we're also learning why it sometimes fails. Our willpower is imperfect, but with this understanding, we can learn to use it to change our lives for the better. After watching this video, you'll know why students who receive self-esteem boosts score lower grades, why Asian Americans with low IQs land better jobs than their European American counterparts, and why Oprah Winfrey struggles with dieting. So sit back, relax, and join us on a journey as we explore the science of willpower. As the authors explain, willpower is like a muscle that tires with use. Think of it like a hard workout at the gym. The more you exercise your willpower without interruption, the less you have available to you immediately after. Our willpower has a limited supply for our day-to-day tasks, from choosing healthier options to being kind to others. Any task that requires willpower can contribute to its depletion. To illustrate this, the authors conducted a study in which participants were placed in a room filled with the aroma of delicious cookies. They were then divided into groups. One group got to eat cookies, while the other group was asked to eat radishes instead. In the second half of the experiment, participants were asked to solve geometry puzzles. Surprisingly, those who resisted the cookies and ate radishes quit 12 minutes earlier trying to complete the puzzles compared to those who ate the cookies. This shows that using their willpower to resist the cookies left them with less energy to tackle difficult tasks later. The authors also explain that our willpower and decision-making are closely tied together. This can be seen in many deciders who hold positions of power, who often find themselves succumbing to temptations due to decision fatigue. When we make too many important decisions, it exhausts our available willpower, making it difficult to resist temptations. The same can be seen in our daily lives when mental fatigue sets in and we make worse decisions. For example, after a long day at work, when we come home exhausted, we often find ourselves bickering with our spouse instead of finding compromises. So you might be wondering if willpower is something you can improve and train, just like a muscle. The answer is yes. You can strengthen your willpower with positive changes in your behavior. Even small changes, like using proper language, can help build your willpower supply. Studies have shown that when people follow a plan to exercise regularly, their willpower improves not only in the gym, but also in other aspects of their life, like eating healthier, completing chores, and avoiding distractions. Exercising self-control through a workout plan strengthens willpower in general. In fact, one study found that students who focused on improving their posture for 2 weeks actually improved their willpower, as seen in a hand grip test. By exercising self-control and strengthening their willpower, they became less mentally fatigued after the first hand grip. This means that sticking to a budget or another positive change in behavior could actually help you quit smoking or overcome another challenge. By training your willpower, you're building your mental strength to tackle difficult tasks and make positive changes in your life. Have you ever heard that you need to relax in order to improve your self-control? Well, it turns out that's not the case. For a long time, people thought that after indulging in some pleasure, like eating your favorite treat or participating in a festival, you would have more willpower to resist other temptations. However, this hypothesis has been proven false. Willpower is actually linked to the amount of sugar in the food we consume, not the pleasure of eating it. For example, people who drink a sugary drink without any taste perform just as well in willpower tests as those who ate ice cream, and far better than those who read the newspaper. This is because the sugar in our food, not the pleasure of it, gives us the strength to control ourselves. In fact, people with hypoglycemia or low blood sugar are more likely to have difficulties with controlling their emotions or focusing. A study conducted by psychology professor Todd Hitherton showed that when our willpower is depleted, our brain doesn't stop working. It just works differently, much like the brain of a person with hypoglycemia. Brain scans show that activity shifts between different parts of the brain depending on whether your willpower is depleted. Some experts believe that during willpower depletion, the areas of the brain responsible for self-control are less active, while emotional areas are more active, leading to more intense emotions. So there you have it. Whether it's our genes or diet, the less sugar we have in our system, the worse we are at exhibiting self-control. Now that you know where your willpower comes from, stick around for the next part to learn how to improve it. So, now that we know that self-control starts with setting the right goals, let's dive into how you can make sure your goals are clear and well-formulated. Remember, our willpower is directed towards achieving certain goals, but the success of these goals depends on the quality and composition of those goals. A common mistake is having conflicting goals. For example, you might want to focus on your family and your job, but these goals often clash and can't be achieved simultaneously. On the other hand, goals like sticking to a budget and quitting smoking go hand in hand and can be achieved together. Conflicting goals can lead to stress and anxiety, and surveys have shown that people spend more time worrying about how to fix these conflicting goals than actually working towards them. So to make sure you have enough willpower to achieve your goals, make sure they are well formulated without being too specific. A group of students who made monthly plans about when, where, and what they would study ended up getting better grades compared to those who made daily plans. Monthly plans are more effective and less demoralizing as they provide some leeway. But remember, willpower alone is not always enough. Stay tuned for our next segment on how to improve your self-control. In the last segment, we talked about how important it is to set the right goals for your self-control and willpower. But what happens when your willpower fails? Let's find out. Not everyone has an iron will, and even those who do can experience willpower depletion after challenging self-control exercises. But the good news is, you don't always need willpower to reach your goals. Alternative strategies, such as developing habits or avoiding temptation, can work just as well. One strategy is to anticipate temptation and take measures to avoid it. For example, if you know you can't resist the temptation of a beer, simply don't go to the bar. Another way to keep yourself on track is to make your goals and progress public knowledge. If you're trying to lose weight, weigh yourself every day or week and share the results on social media. This way, you can draw strength and motivation from your friends and family if your willpower falters. Additionally, you can conserve your willpower by forming positive habits. Although it takes willpower to establish a habit, once it becomes a part of your routine, you no longer have to consciously put effort into it. Let's take the example of students who perform well. It's not the students with the willpower to pull all-nighters or study for hours that do better, but those who have formed a daily studying habit. So if you know there's something you can do every day to help achieve your larger goals, make it a habit. Exercising a bit of willpower now to form a positive habit will save you stress and anxiety in the long run. So there you have it, alternative strategies to overcome willpower depletion and keep you on track towards your goals. Stay tuned for our next segment where we will continue summarizing this enlightening book. Continuing from our last segment, we'll now talk about how religion and other forms of external authority can help us develop self-control mechanisms. Believe it or not, sometimes it takes willpower to build willpower. But what if you don't have the willpower to begin with? In these cases, having a higher power that is watching over you can have a significant impact. Studies show that religious individuals tend to have more willpower than non-religious individuals. For example, religious individuals are more likely to engage in self-controlled activities such as wearing seatbelts, taking vitamins, and avoiding unprotected sex. This is because they are influenced by external control, the idea that someone or something is monitoring their behavior. For instance, religious Catholics don't want to be shamed by their community and God for having a child out of wedlock, so they are less likely to engage in behaviors that would bring such consequences. It's worth noting that external control has less to do with religion itself and more to do with the idea that someone is keeping an eye on your actions. In most religions, this is done by gods and the congregation. It's not just religion that can help with self-control. Increased willpower can also be observed in communities outside of religion, where there is still external authority. For example, one explanation for the success of Alcoholics Anonymous is the pressure to abstain from alcohol from the recovering alcoholic community, who all seek acceptance. At the end of the day, appealing to the good graces of your community or a higher power by conforming to their wishes is simply a form of peer pressure. The desire for acceptance leads to changes in your own behavior, hopefully for the better. Let's continue our discussion on the topic of self-control and its impact on our lives. Self-esteem has been touted as the key to success in many parenting circles, but is this really the case? While most parents aim to boost their children's self-esteem, the truth is, there's no clear evidence that this type of parenting style leads to better outcomes for kids. In fact, studies have shown that a self-esteem-oriented approach only creates a generation of narcissists. But it's not all doom and gloom. Children with better self-control are more likely to succeed in life. For example, in Asian American families, kids with lower IQs often end up with better jobs than their European American peers with higher IQs due to the cultural focus on strict rules and goals. While some parenting styles, like the tiger mother, where parents micromanage their children, are not recommended, the principles of authoritative parenting can still be valuable. By setting clear goals, enforcing rules, punishing misbehavior, and rewarding excellence, parents can help their children develop better self-control. And the most important aspect of boosting your children's self-control is to be consistent with punishments for misbehavior. When punishments are consistently applied, kids learn to connect their actions to consequences, which helps them better control their behavior. Self-esteem might sound like a good idea, but it's really self-control that leads to a successful life. By using authoritative parenting techniques, we can help our children develop better self-control and achieve their full potential. Scientists have discovered that willpower isn't just a mental concept, but it's tied to our biology. This means that we can better understand the limits and strengths of willpower and use that knowledge to improve our own. Congratulations, viewers! You have almost made it to the end of this video. It's great to see you engaged and interested in learning about willpower. Keep up the great work and keep learning. Here's some actionable advice to all of us. Take advantage of the technology available to you to help boost your willpower. As we have covered, planning and social pressure are effective ways of strengthening your willpower. Look for apps that keep track of your progress, be it weight loss, exercise, or studying, and share your results on social media. This way, you not only have a clear picture of your progress, but your friends and family can also provide the support you need to stay on track. And that's it for our summary of this amazing book. We hope you found it informative and helpful. We'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more great book summaries. Thanks for watching.